First thing, talk about the game obviously this weekend and how important it would be for you guys to get this state championship for the program.
Well, you know, all games are important, but this is the one that you work for. We like to call it the big dance. This is really what's kind of expected at Trinity High School for us to get there. But again, you know, it's a culmination of a lot of work and kind of the culmination of the big triangle that we talk about. You got to get a commitment from your kids. You got to get a commitment from your moms and dads and parents, and then you get a commitment from the administration to go work it. And we feel like that's in place. But our work's cut out for us. We're excited about the game, and got a lot of work ahead of us.
You have a lot of young talent on this team, to where if you guys could win a state championship this year, I mean, it would maybe set in place the opportunity for you guys to really have a dynasty kind of going. The kids that have been there. Can you talk about that a little bit, the young guys, and what they could do for that?
Well, they're very young, but you know what so many people don't understand is that each year brings on a new chemistry, each year brings on a new script, so to play, and how that script plays out depends on, it starts way back in January. How hungry are your kids? I can tell you this much, that our off season this last year, we had a lot of kids after about 3 days say, this is not for me. We just felt like a year ago we were not hungry enough, so we had to make a decision as a staff, namely me, that said, hey, we're going to find out who wants to play and who doesn't. So our off season started back in January. It was not easy. And then to go ahead and get into our spring and again, the conditioning part of it there. So the kids that we have right now, they've been through a lot. And again, you have to find out who wants to play. But every year, you know, dynasties and those kinds of things, you never know what's going to happen. Such things as academics, such things as injuries and things like that. So it brings on a new animal every year.
Talk about the opponent, you know, this weekend and what you guys have to do to find a win.
Well, the first thing I tell my kids is how hard did you work to get there? And our kids have worked very hard. And I said, well, they're there too. So they've done something right to get there. And, you know, the first thing that you notice is they possess a tremendous amount of speed. The second thing you notice is they're well coached, and they have a tremendous amount of discipline that's been brought in there. And so when you combine discipline with speed, then that equals that you're pretty good. And there they are in the big dance as well. So our kids said we worked awful hard to get there. Well, they've done something right to get there too. So there's a tremendous amount of respect. And we know that going in.
Do you consider this team to be one of your most talented teams you've coached? I mean, it seems like they're very talented on the field, no doubt.
Well, there's no question about it. You know, talent makes coaches much better coaches. But I'm not going to say how much talent. You know, 33 years of coaching, I forgot sometimes what you have there. But again, every year possesses. You know, we've had some teams with lesser talent that were tremendous teams, and this will be decided, I think, Saturday. And you know, we have some talent, but we also have some kids that along the way that maybe aren't as talented, that have worked very, very hard to get into the starting lineups or get into our special teams. And even those kids that don't see the field, they work very, very hard on scout teams, and my heart goes out to them as well.
Any new wrinkles at this point in the season?
Well, you always have a few. I mean, that's what we get paid for, and you have to try to find some weaknesses on their side of the fence and say, you know, you got to go attack those. So I'm not going to necessarily say they're new wrinkles, as it is just tweaks and adjustments. You have to go back to what got you here, and that is obviously this time of the year running the football and playing defense, and make sure that you do that. If we do that, we're going to be okay.
What do you think about Chris Wolf, his first year, and he's in the state title?
Well, it's not his first year coaching. Chris has done a good job. You know, he did a good job when he was at Wagner. He did a good job when he was at PRP. So he's no stranger to success, and he obviously knows what it takes to get there, and he's done a tremendous job, as well as his staff. And they've jumped in behind him. And people talk about systems all the time. Well, you know, you're going to have a great leader. He's done a good job there, and they followed him, and he's done a tremendous job.
I'm sure you've watched some film on Mayo. Is there anything that you can, how did they look earlier in the season and now? Can you kind of break them down just a little bit?
Well, I think they're like anything else. You know, if you look at us early in the season, you know, we had some ups and we had some downs. We had that loss to Cincinnati St. Xavier, and I think we learned from that. There's some things that we've done better and some things all along that you have to get better at. And I think that's what they've done. I think that they've gotten better at their strengths. I think they've coached to their weaknesses as we have, and that's got us in the same situation as Game 15.
A lot of people think you're a heavy favorite, but what are you telling your kids to make sure that they know that Mayle's just not going to roll over?
Well, we talk all the time about drawing the box around ourselves and not letting outside influences in. That's something that we don't listen to. We don't listen to favorites. This is not Las Vegas. We don't have bookings on it. What we worry about is we got a 48-minute span, on Saturday night that we have to lock in and focus on and take care of business. And if we do that, well, then we hopefully, good things are going to happen. But they're going to do the same thing. They've done something right to get there. So for 48 minutes, we got a heavyweight battle.
Last question. You've won several state titles. What would this mean to you and the program?
Well, anytime you can win a state championship and you're the best in the state, it means a lot. But again, it's not for me. It's for our kids and it's for our school. And to me, this is my job. I'm hopefully doing what I'm supposed to do. But for anything else, you want it for the kids. They're the ones that have put in the time and the effort. And obviously it would mean a lot, but hopefully it means a lot more to our school and community.
Thanks, sir.
You bet.